A lot of this is about being the man, you know. It's kind of like a boxer. You got to believe you're the guy because it's so short, and you know these are not huge ego guys, but there's a lot of ego out there. And right now, in his own quiet way, I know Jarret believes he's the man.
Well, I mean, I kind of have a small routine, trying to get myself focused on my lane. I like to walk up to the hurdle and kind of look down the 5 hurdles and visualize myself running over those hurdles in the perfect way. And then I kind of walk back because I don't like to see people on my left and right. Like I'm kind of like a horse with looking straight ahead. So walking back, still looking at the hurdles, I start to try to just pick out my lane and block everything else out, you know, just kind of focus on my inner self and kind of just worry about what I have to get done and not let the environment affect me too much, and kind of go back to a calm place where I know and I've been before to kind of stay focused. And then the man tells me to get behind the blocks, so I'm there and he says on your marks, and I'm jumping up trying to get my hamstrings a little jolt before I run, and I'm in the blocks and I'm saying I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me over and over and over, and he says set. And my mind goes blank and I'm just worried about, you know, getting my arms up and pushing to that first hurdle. The gun goes off and I'm running to the first hurdle, and then it's lights out and it's autopilot from there on. It's like flying a big 747, you know, it's kind of, your body does the rest of the work. Then I'm snap back into it, coming off the last hurdle, running and trying to push and lean as hard as I can to stop the clock.
Coach Hagelin is Jarret's everyday coach, and they work hard and they work methodically, and they have a long-range plan to get to this point. I mean, this was the goal all year, to take a shot at winning the Nationals. And yeah, it's a tremendous amount of work, you know, 2-hour practices to get ready to run for 6 seconds. So it's kind of strange, 6 or 7 seconds. It's kind of strange, but, you know, they're always refining technique and always trying to get a little bit faster, you know, find a way to get a little bit faster, just your flat-out speed.
We spend a lot of time on, you know, hopefully the finer points of sprinting and hurdling, and there's a lot of conditioning that goes into it. But it's just like any other sport. Those guys start practice right when we get back from summer break, and they'll run and race all the way up through June.
We spend hours on end trying to like perfect hundredths of a second, and like in track, and especially sprints, hundredths of a second is like a large amount of time. So we're trying to battle tenths and hundredths a second, and that takes hours of practice.
Coach Hagelin uses a lot of filming. You know, it's just like football practice. You know, they film practice and then they go back and evaluate what they were doing right, what they were doing wrong technique-wise, and they film every race.
You always see things that you can keep improving. Even when you look at his better races, we can say we could improve this and this, and that's the case for everybody. I don't think you ever get complacent, and certainly Jarret is still working diligently on things to try to help himself get better.
The season has gone pretty much perfect. I mean, he ran a great race at Penn State. At that time, it was the fastest time in the world, and then he also ran great at the New Balance games in New York City, where he ran against almost all the key players at this week's meet, and he beat them.
I was out there at Penn State having fun, ended up running really fast there, my PR actually, and then going to New Balance, and that's like a home meet for us out in the Armory. Beating some really fast guys on the fast track, and then kind of going back to the basics, working out and training a lot to get ready for Big East. Go out there, got a title at Big East.
That's been great. I think it's been just kind of as you would draw it up. The most important thing is he stayed healthy. He's got a good team of people helping him do that, and I think he's healthy and confident going into this weekend's meet, which is all you can ask for at this time of year.
And now we're at Nationals, where hopefully all that work that we did before, it kind of means something, and this is where it all counts. It's that win that everybody wants.
It's been a while since there's been a national champion at Syracuse, and I think this is the greatest season that any Syracuse track and field athlete has had, and they've had track here forever. Going up against the LSUs and the Oregons and the Oklahomas and the Texas A&Ms, the track powers, for us to step up here and have a shot at a guy winning a national championship is a pretty big deal. It'll have a huge impact on our program.
It'd mean a lot to Jarret, a lot to his family, a lot to his teammates, I think, and us as coaches. I think the impact of that would be substantial.
I feel confident. I feel really confident going in, and I don't like to say that, you know, I will win, but I have confidence that I will do my best, and if I do my best, then everything should take care of itself. And just staying focused and relax and just to have fun.
It's hard work here with my team. They represent Syracuse. Go Cuse, go Orange.